Good morning. Welcome to He Reigns Church. Today's verse is from Hebrews chapter 10, verses 22 through 25. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. And let us consider one another in order to stir up love and good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as is the manner of some, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. I've heard a lot of people say you can be a Christian, but you don't have to go to church, that you can worship God anywhere, and that you can pray anywhere. And that's absolutely true. You can pray anywhere. You can worship God anywhere. But the Bible tells us that going to church and being with other believers is what strengthens our faith. And to do that, to go to be with other believers, is one of the most important things we can do for ourselves. And it should be something we look forward to all week long. We should look forward to being in church on Sunday morning, worshiping and praising Jesus. We should look forward to hearing the word from the pastor. But we also have to be very careful of which church we go to. We want to be in a Bible-believing church. We want someone who knows the word. We want to be with people who understand the Bible the way that it was written. We don't want someone who is preaching their own gospel. We don't want someone who is preaching from a book written by man and not from the Bible. A Bible-believing church is the most important thing we can do for ourselves. Because in the book of Revelation, when God starts handing out judgment, it's to the churches first. He judges the churches before he judges anything else. So when the Lord returns during the second coming, the rapture, there is going to be a judgment of the churches and of the pastors. So be very careful what church you go into. A Bible-believing church is the best, and you can find them in the apostolic churches, the Pentecostal churches, the Assembly of God churches. A lot of the independent churches are also Bible-believing, the charismatic, evangelistic churches. But go to a church, listen to what the pastor has to say. If he is not preaching from the Bible, if the church is not living according to what the Bible says, then that's not the church for you. Go to another church. Visit several in your area. See where you fit in. See where you're comfortable. And then continue to go. And if they have Sunday morning and Sunday night services, be there. If they have Wednesday night services, be there too. You can never, ever go to church too much. You gather together with other believers and you strengthen one another, because our work days and our weekdays, we're around a lot of people who don't believe in the word. We hear a lot of things that are not biblical. We hear a lot of cussing. We hear a lot of jokes that are off color. We hear and so much things are going into our ears. So many things that we're seeing with our eyes in today's world. And the Bible tells us to guard the eye gate, to guard the ear gate, to make sure you know what's going into your senses. Because our brains is where we collect everything that we see and hear. So make sure that what you're hearing about God comes directly from the Bible. And when you're not in church, read the Bible. When you're not worshiping God on your own, listen to Christian music. Don't allow the world to get in there and to lead you astray. The church was designed for you and me. So find the one that God leads you to, pray about it, and go to church. I'm Marie, and have a very blessed day.